All right, so a few months ago, vinyl wrap on the wood trim on the inside of the E63. This is an update to show you the results. I know there were some comments asking to see how they turned out. So a few months later, for the most part, it's pretty good, but there are some troubled areas that I want to address. This go around, we're gonna actually remove some of the trim so we can get better results, especially around the corners. But I'll show you more when we get into the video. So let's get started. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Drive Talk Cars. If this is your first time and you want to know more about DIY maintenance, mods, and other car related activities, please start now by clicking that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on anything. All right, so for the most part, it came out pretty good. As I said, this held up pretty well. Along this line here, there's a few inconsistencies where I cut a little different. The corners, for the most part, came out pretty good, but there's still a few troubled areas. But all in all, it's looking pretty good. This piece, the flat surface is good. It's more so around the vent that is really bad. Basically, I think what happened is it wasn't enough adhesive on here maybe, and over time with the heat, it has tightened up the material and starting to come up. This corner here, starting to do the same, it's starting to fall. And this piece right here looks pretty rough as well. So I'm gonna take this piece off, and the ideal is to take the vent out, because I believe the vent can come apart from the trim, and then make sure it's wrapped all the way around, and then put the vent on top of it. And that should hold everything in place. But we'll see. Stay tuned. So to take this piece off here, there are two tabs inside your glove compartment. So you open up your glove compartment, and if you look underneath there, there's a tab here, and then there's a tab here. So what we want to do is pull those two tabs down. So taking a screwdriver or your pull tool here, you just pull it down. So you put your tool in there, and then you pull. And you do the same on this side, and you just pull it down, and it comes out, but not all the way out, but you'll know when it's at the bottom. It comes out a pretty good distance, but not too much. All right, so when you fully have it pulled out, you can now see the tabs without having to look underneath the dashboard. All right, once you have your clips off, now it's time to go to the center vents. There are tabs on this side as well as on this side that you have to pull to get this center piece out. So on this side you pull towards the driver, and then on this side you pull towards the passenger side. And then pretty much just when you pull on it, it's like squeezing the tabs together. That way this part will come out. So let's do that now. All right, so I'm just sticking my tool in here and pushing it to the side there. The most challenging part is pulling it as well as pulling it. Or releasing the tension as well as pulling it here. All right, so we got one side out. Now let's get this side over here. All right, so now we should just be able to pry this apart with your trim removal tool. Take your time, you don't want to break nothing. That's for sure. There we go. I think this just pulls off, but I'm trying to, as it could be. All right, now that this is out, this is being held by 3 plugs. You unplug those. And now you can move away the panel. All right, using your pry tool, you're gonna pry on this side here, back here, and then it should just come off. Like so. You have 2 tension clamps there, as well as 2 at the bottom. That's the only thing that's holding it in. And then you want to unplug. So then you want to unplug from here, as well as on this side here. You have to remove this as as well as the other side to get this part off. All right, so it's just one more piece to get this trim here. I think we're gonna do is just pull out the whole cover here, this whole trim here, then take that apart off the car. All right, so here are the pieces off of the car. That's the passenger trim, that's the driver vent trim, and this is the part that goes around the instrument cluster. First thing I'm gonna do is remove this old vinyl. So as you can see, there is some issues here at the corner. There's a light that runs underneath the dash. With this piece on, I couldn't tell where to cut. So as you can see, this is the light, and then I was blocking some of the light with the vinyl because I couldn't tell where to cut. And I didn't want to cut into the light or the dash. So I have some issues right here. There's another piece right here that was kind of a troubled area. So with this off, I should be able to do a lot more. All right, so now we're just going to take off the wrap. It's on there pretty good. All right, so one of the issues that I faced when vinyl wrapping this was getting the vinyl wrap around here, around the vent part, and I didn't have anywhere to really wrap it around. So that presented an issue. So what I'm going to do now is take off the vent part. It's held in by some clips, a clip here and a clip here, and then it has a torque, but I'm going to take that off. Then it has a clip there and a clip there, and then the vent part should come off, and I should just be left with the trim. That way we can wrap it around the sides and really get it all the way on there. So that's going to be the first step, and I'm going to do that for the other ones as well. So let's get started. All right, so using a T20 bit, I'm going to remove this bolt. And then there's a clamp here, a clamp there. All right, so there's two on the other side as well. Oh, there we go. All right, so we have that separated. All right, so this part comes off. I guess I could fully disconnect it, but there's no need really. I just want to get to where I can wrap around these edges. All right, so let's do the first piece. All right, so I'm gonna prep this and get it ready to be wrapped. I've shown step by step how to do this before, so if you wanna see that, I will have the link down below in the description as well as have it up top. So I'm just gonna do this and then show you the final result. All right, as you can tell, it was definitely beneficial taking off the wood trim. The results came out a lot better than before, but last time I thought they were good as well. So we'll see over time how it holds up, but I think it's going to be pretty good this go around. If not, I'm just going to buy new wood trim. But as always, if you found this video valuable, please give me that thumbs up. Love to hear your comments down below. And until next time, I'm out.